Hi, my name is Because Becca, and I just did that because I feel like a news journalist doing this video. But hey, Watcher just posted an update, haven't watched it yet. It's 3 minutes long, so let's watch it together.
Hey everyone, last Friday we announced that we're leaving YouTube and launching our new streaming platform.
Oh gosh, why do I feel nervous? I feel like nervous. Like I have complicated feelings. If you've seen my last video, I can see both sides of things, and I don't know, I feel very conflicted right now. One part of me is like, okay, what's going to happen here? Like, what are they going to say? What's going to be their response to all of the backlash? The other part of me, just being a fan of them for so long. Oh, I should probably crop myself so I'm not in front of Ryan's face. One moment. As I was saying, being a fan of them for so long, it's very strange to see them so serious right now, as well as I feel like just kind of bad for them. And don't come for me. That's just me being like, I like these guys and I think they're fun. And, you know, among things done on YouTube of horrible things that creators have done on the tier list, this isn't like the worst to me. But I'm interested to see what they say. So let me wait and see what they say first, because maybe it gets horrible. Maybe I don't even know. Let's find out.
We messed up. A lot of you spoke out.
That was such a good cut in. Okay, let's listen.
YouTube and launching our new streaming platform.
We messed up. A lot of you spoke out with extremely valid comments and concerns, and we want to take the time now to address those.
Okay, so it's clear that they're reading off a script. I imagine they don't just sit down and do this willy-nilly. I'm sure they've clearly thought out what they're going to say. So even if they're not directly reading off a teleprompter, they've really thought about what each person's saying. But it does seem like they're taking turns. What does this remind me of? This reminds me of, who are those guys? The Try Guys? I haven't really watched them, but didn't they kind of do a similar thing?
Reading the things you've been saying, and we're sorry for the way we handled this, as well as the way we communicated it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have such a heart for Shane, and I don't like to see him be like,
I understand where you're coming from, and we're making immediate changes.
Okay.
First, we want to affirm that you are the reason why we've been able to do anything at this company. You helped us every step of the way when we left BuzzFeed to start Watcher at the top of the pandemic in 2020.
You've supported us
That was in
so
2020.
many ways by watching our content, attending our live shows,
It's been a long
buying our
time.
merch, becoming members of our Patreon, and giving words of encouragement over the years. And we are incredibly grateful for your support.
We're sorry for how we originally delivered our goodbye message to YouTube. It was insensitive. We didn't properly express how much we appreciate all of you.
I think that's a good point. I would say I feel like the tone of the original video, especially starting it out with kind of this very nostalgic, sentimental, like, here's how we got to this point, and then kind of hitting us with the pay us kind of thing, was a weird tone, I would say that if they were gonna, I can get the sentimentalness, you know, of each of their journeys to this point. I would say if you're going to do a video like that, have it be a separate video, like after, you know, or something.
And we did a really bad job of explaining the reasoning behind this transition.
We also want to deeply apologize for our ignorance around the impact of the cost. We regret stating and implying that it's a price that anybody can afford, and we fully acknowledge that it is not. We didn't take the proper consideration for how this cost would affect you, and hope you know that we are taking this as a serious learning experience.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that. I know that there's going to be people probably watching this video, potentially watching my video, who have so much lost trust and potentially anger. I saw some things being said around potentially some other things that were said on other platforms. I'm not really on any other social media right now, to be honest, other than like YouTube and my Discord. I can't really speak to those things. And I know that there's people who are probably past the point of being able to come back. But for someone like me who's willing to hear everything out, to me, that's a great sign to be like, okay, this is a learning experience. I think I said that in the last video. Oh, and I wanted to clarify as well real quick that in my last video, I said how they were going to be archiving all of their old content. The only reason I said this is because, well, one, it's like every news thing was reporting that they were going to be archiving their old content. And two, there was only, I watched through their original video like 4 times because I was like, wait, where are people getting it that they're archiving their old content? And there was only one line said in that original video, which was something around the effect of like, after May 31st or whatever, everything will be on there or whatever, which made it sound like they were going to be moving everything there. However, I could also see, hear me out. It's okay. I could also see that potentially meaning that from May 31st onwards, everything, meaning everything we're going to be making is going to be on there. Now, I heard some people saying that this just wasn't true and that there was potentially things written on other sites. That's all hearsay to me, and I haven't seen those written. And to be honest, I'm hoping that they're about to say that they're not doing that anyway and that it won't matter. But there was a comment on my last video. Thank you so much for commenting this, that they said that they're not archiving their old content. So whether or not they originally planned it or they didn't, blah, 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 blah. As far as I'm concerned now, and we'll see what they say here in a second, they are not archiving their old content, which I think is great because I want to go back and like rewatch that stuff.
And in mind, we're making some changes to ensure that there's a way for our community to continue watching our content for free.
If you want to watch our shows early and ad-free, you can catch them on the Watcher platform a month earlier.
Wow,
After that, you'll be able to watch our shows on YouTube for free. For those that have already subscribed to the platform, we are so grateful.
I'm sorry. Shane is giving me such like 9-year-old boy who's like, hi, like just got caught stealing a candy bar. I stole this candy bar. I'm really sorry. I'm never going to do it again. Like, maybe it's just because I'm such a Shaniac. I don't know. I'm biased. This is not an unbiased channel. All right, hang on. I gotta listen to what he's saying because I can't get over his sad eyes. Okay.
Shows on YouTube for free. For those that have already subscribed to the platform, we are so grateful for your support. But if this change has you rethinking your membership, we will issue a full refund.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty big because, you know, there could be people that wanted to support it and went ahead and bought like a, you know, annual membership or such, and then might be like, well, if it's going to be on YouTube anyway, I don't want to do it. So they're being very clear in this video, and I appreciate it. They're being straight to the point. They're being clear. Seems like all the decisions thus far I've heard sound good. I'm feeling very hopeful about this. Now I know that there's already going to be a lot of lost trust in the community, and some people may just decide to not support them from here on out.
And all past episodes and series will remain available on YouTube.
Awesome. Okay, so that answers the archiving. Great.
Of why we decided to launch our own platform. When we started Watcher in 2020, we wanted to create shows that we were proud of, that we had ownership over, and that would provide you the caliber of content that we felt you deserved. However, we were finding it harder and harder to stay relevant to advertisers and the constantly changing YouTube landscape. We faced some incredibly challenging decisions. Want to compromise our content to ensure they met advertising requirements.
Okay, so what's really interesting is today I actually just watched a video by Hybrid Calisthenics. I forgive me, I don't know the guy's name, but he made a video, he released it like 2 days ago, called How I Make Money Without Taking Sponsors. And now he ultimately says in his video, spoiler alert, that it comes down to the services that he offers. They sell different products, and ultimately he's selling a product and kind of education. And that's how he makes most of the money for him and his team. But he does a really good job. I highly recommend that anyone who's interested in the subject, go check out his video, because he does a really good job explaining sponsors and YouTubers and how sponsors end up controlling when you release your video, what's in your video, how often you release videos, and it just becomes a very interesting line. He did a really good job outlining a lot of really good points and how that becomes a really scary territory, especially if you're someone who wants to make, you know, what you want to make and not have that be controlled by someone else, but also needing to be supported to do it. So anyway, all right. Let's continue.
And we definitely did not.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I'm taking so long. Okay.
Compromise our content to ensure they met advertising requirements. And we definitely did not want to lay people off that have brought Watcher to life behind the scenes.
I can understand that.
And we didn't want to bring Watcher to a close. which would have happened if we stayed solely on YouTube.
That's
Okay.
why we decided to launch the platform, so that we as a company could continue, we could pay our staff fairly, and not only continue to make great content for you, but expand with new shows, new voices, all ad-free. And now with the addition of accessible options, this is a decision that we all believe is the best for Watcher.
However, we realized...
I think it kind of has to be, right? Because it seems like they realize that they will lose everything if they go the way they want it to. So it kind of has to be the best for Watcher.
Then figuring out the logistics of what this might take, we overlooked the way it would impact all of you. We hope you'll be patient with us through these mistakes, and we remain incredibly sorry that they were made in the first place.
We also want to directly address our Patreon community, who have played such a key role in supporting us from the very beginning. All current Patreon members will receive a free subscription code to the platform.
Okay.
If you
Oh, okay. That's really cool. That's really cool. I was curious about that because I know that there was a lot of Patreon members upset. I used to be a Patreon member. I'm one of those, and I think many of us are, kind of, become a Patreon member for the things you want to see and then, unsubscribe and then subscribe when there's something you want to see. And I know a lot of people do that here on my channel as well. I see a lot of members come and go here and there, rejoin and leave, and that's totally fine. I get it. I do that myself as well. I've been a Patreon to get to a patron to get the early access to the Ghost Files episodes, because back when I was doing reactions to every single video, what I would do is I would film it the day before, and then I wouldn't post it obviously, but I would post my reaction like an hour after their video actually went live, just to get it up quickly. I no longer can record that quickly. I'm surprised I'm even recording this day, but okay, let me stop talking and let's watch the rest.
If you already purchased a subscription, please contact us and we will issue you a full refund.
We look forward to continuing to make shows and introducing all the incredible things that we've got planned for the platform alongside YouTube. And in the meantime, we are forever grateful to all of the people who make up our community, and we hope that you consider joining us in this next chapter of our journey, whether that's on YouTube or on the platform.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
I think that was a really well-rounded response. I think they covered a lot of the logistics, like between if you're a Patreon member, if you've decided you want to opt out because of these new changes, the stuff is still. I feel like they covered everything. They apologized. They owned up for the mistake. I mean, from my point of view, seems reasonable. But let's see what the community is saying in the comments, because who knows? Maybe I'm in the minority here, which is totally possible. If I had a nickel for every time I saw 3 ex-BuzzFeed employees on a couch post contributed 2 nickels. Is the other guys, was it Try Guys? Now that sounds like a more sustainable model. Make it opt-in if you have the means and want to support further, but not a pay money or you'll never see us again thing. I'll admit it takes balls to receive this level of backlash and not crumble or hide. It's a good point. I hate confrontation. I would probably just want to, if this happened to me, I would probably want to hide and cry and all the things. I would probably ultimately face it. Please take this as a sign to hire someone with business expertise. Stephen is not experienced enough to handle this solo. Is Stephen their only business person? While it's hilarious that they had to pull this video so quickly, I'm acknowledging that it takes balls to come and say, yeah, we effed up, but here's how we're going to fix it. Thank you guys for apologizing for your insensitive comments and for making changes. This feels like a hostage video. I told you so on Shane's face. I think that's reading into it a bit, unless they know something I don't know. Oh yeah, Sonic's design for the Sonic movie. This is like that. It was so insensitive. We made concrete changes immediately, and we're so sorry for this mistake we made in the first place. And this person says, I'm a grudge-holding jerk, but that was what we needed. We messed up being the first thing they say is killing me. It was kind of funny. It seems like even people who are wanting to hold a grudge are kind of like, okay, all right. It seems like I'm kind of in a similar boat as the rest of the audience, so cool. I mean, I would still hold my opinion even if I wasn't part of, the majority opinion. But yeah, I'm happy to see this. I think that was a great response among responses. And what did you guys think? Okay, I'm losing my ability to talk. I have to get off now. Let me know in the comments. And if you liked this video, go ahead and give me a like, Okay. All right. That's all because it's over. Bye.
We'll be right back.